My name is Anmol Kumar. My register number is URK23CS1013. This video is about Capstone project, the full stack web application. We'll quickly move on to the code explanation. We'll close all the files. We'll start from the understanding of the file structure or the file folder structure. The first we see is backend, and backend has also a lot of folders. Let's come down to middleware. What is middleware? Middleware is basically a security token or a secured way for an application to work. And let's say a person, not a person, but the connection from A to B has to be established. If it directly happens, then anyone can interpret that message, steal that message. The security is not there. The secure message transaction will not happen. Plus the how it will authorize on the website. For this specific uh, authentication is used. As you can see, JWT, JSON JavaScript Web Token, JSON Web Token. This is what this is one of the example of converting the information into some random letters. Then it says authorization. This is where the authorization is happening. It will convert the JWT is converting into different tokens, and then that token will be processed. Let's quickly take a look at this line. Const payload JWT dot verify. Payload is basically the user communicating and requesting from the server from the website. That is where the role play of the backend comes in. This is where the data before being sent to the user, it will be that whole payload, the whole data will be verified. JavaScript JSON Web Tokens, where it says process.env JWT secret. I have a folder called env.example. I won't open it because it contains all the details of password, your DB, and your JWT random generator which you have for security purposes. That is why it says secret key also, just in case if it can't get the JWT secret key which I have provided, the secret key can be generated and taken automatically. So this is the middleware folder. We'll move on to the models folder. If we see properly here, you can also see some stack kind of symbol in a container. That is your database area. This is where you give the understanding to the website that if I will be creating an event, we'll be using Mongoose schema, titled will be string and it is required. The description is string, the date has a date, the data type, all that stuff. Then organizer, then status, then created at. This is where it is telling the database how to store from the website. Same for event log. This is where your event can be seen, created, updated, approved, rejected, deleted, poster updated. Same for registration. If some user registers, how will we see how is it connecting to database? Then we'll go to user, how many users are there? Node modules is for backend folder. We'll just go to the terminal and we'll type this command npm install. It will install all the required node modules packages for you. But we have to do it in backend folder. Otherwise, it will be in the root folder, the parent folder, and the node modules might not work properly. Your website will run into errors. Then we have another very important folder called routes. Routes is different way of the redirection of a web page, telling the function, telling or giving the functionality where to go next. For example, if we want to delete an event, here it is admin only. The admin functionality is given. The admin has the privilege or the power that if he wants to delete an event, he can delete it. How? It will take the event specific ID, then it is authenticating through admin. This is where the middleware comes in. Then async function. It requires and response. Then the event awaited find by ID. It has a specific ID. Why we are doing find by ID? Because here the event has an ID. It will require the parameters of the ID and then delete the event. However, if we still try to delete an event which is not existing, somehow it is there on the website, it will display an error message just to catch the error like right there. Then we have, if we go up, we have very important statements here. What it says is const express require express. Express.js is being used here. Express.js is very lightweighted and very fast and responsive response for backend working. The functionality to be given. Then we have const router, express.router. Express.js has a functionality for routing also. We can router means to specify the paths for the file. Like if I click register, then I should be going to the payment portal. The same for user, models, user, the models event. This is where it is saying that we have users in database. If it is not there, create it. If it's there, then retrieve it. Basically, the CURD operation is happening. Create, read, update, and delete. That is why the models folder is very important when we are building a capstone project, basically a full stack application. I'll show the database, but before moving on to the database, I'll completely explain all the files of backends and front end. We'll go to the registrations again. Registration is where the organizer or the user who wants to register for an event. As you can see, I have integrated, I have actually option to have the Razorpay integration in this website. So basically, it says process.env Razorpay key ID or the ID which is directly given into the env file, just in case if it's not able to get it. So in this env file, it will have all the API secret keys, your JWTs. So we will not open this on the video for security purposes of this website functioning. This area creates the order, like the create order as in basically the person who wants to register for an event, it will be redirected to a payment portal. But before going to the payment portal, the website needs to know that why or how are we going to it. That is how it is happening. Router.post. Post means we'll be posting that information. Now the user has a now the website has the details of the user and it will go to the create order page. It will happen there, event ID, find by ID, everything. If there's no ID available, the status 404 will be displayed. The currency is INR and the date, time will be displayed on the receipt and the payment capture counter will be updated. One payment at a time from a user. One user, a user can make only one payment at a time. If we want to register for two events, we can increase the quantity for this. If we'll make it two, payment capture can be changed. Then save registration as pending. This is for the functionality of organizer or the admin. As we come here, if we see const expected signature, crypto.create HMAC. This is where the crypto key is being used for the security purposes. The hex symbols will be generated so that the key secret, the payment details cannot be leaked or cannot be taken by somebody else's who's trying to target it. Then we move on to the uploads folder. Uploads folder is where the images will appear. Let's say you want to add a picture at my website. I'll quickly move on to the demo quick. Then we'll understand it better, this folder. We'll explain it after that. Package.json, we'll quickly come to the package.json. We have a main file called server.js for communication via server. Then we have different kind of dependencies. We have cores. We'll quickly look at the cores understanding. Cross-origin resource sharing. It is a security mechanism implemented by web browsers to allow a restrict web application from making requests to resources located on different domain. This is what I wanted to show you. We'll understand it when the website will be up and running. Then we have .env. This is for this env file processing. Then we have web token. We have already discussed that. Mongoose is specifying the database. Mulder is basically this website has a lot of forms. Forms is where basically the different kind of details will be inputted and then the desired output will be displayed. Then we have Razorpay. We can all install it using npm. Then we'll quickly move on to the server.js file. This is where require.env.config. This is what is saying that we have a env file as a configurating file. Please do the configuration and then proceed further. After the processing is done, we'll come here, we'll say we require Express, Mongoose, and cross-origin security will be required. The CORS functionality for the website for different origins, and it does not go to the different domain or not and accidentally access by a different domain. This is where the app is communicating in the backend. It says API slash auth, then require routes auth. It says wherever you move, use an API, but also use it securely using an auth function, which is there in the middleware. We have already specified all the details for the authentication. Then for the second line, it says API. That means wherever you are moving, move to the events using API, then go to the routes and route it to the events back. It is all required. If I remove this keyword, then the website won't be redirected. It will show an error or it might be completely down. Now the backend structure is being explained and done. We'll quickly move on to the front end. Front end, if we come to front end, we'll quickly cd into the front end folder. And if you type npm install, it will install all the required modules for a front end folder. Fine. Now we have public folder where a very basic structure will be there for your website. Currently, I'm using it for Razorpay checkout script, which will be generated, and the Tailwind output CSS has been imported. It's just there because the Razorpay integration will take time. However, if you move on to the SRC, this will contain all the required pages. SRC, then we'll come to pages. We come to admin dashboard as the name itself sounds very apt. This file has a lot of code. However, you just quickly see the import statements which are very much required. Import React. This statement is saying, okay, get the React and then we'll use the functionality of React. Now we'll have some different arrow function, const fetch events, async. If we put everything in sync, why are we using async function is so we can like get events from 3, get events from 4. Sync function will get in an orderly way, like 1, 2, 3. That will make website a little bit slow. However, we are doing different kinds of update of the status, content type, ask and reject, approve event. This I'll explain it on in the demo. Then we have a functionality for creating an event here. We can create a event. Then after creating the event, we can display the event. We need to display the result, the list of the event. Then we have login functionalities provided. See, everything has one single common requirement that we have to import React statement. Then we have my registration, then organizations dashboard, then register dashboard. If we come to a very important file again, it's called app.js. This is where it is specifying, okay, I have these many pages and I will be using it. Then we'll come to index.css. This is a very basic CSS given for the front end. However, we are using Tailwind CSS. We have a config file for these. We have given plugins. Tailwind CSS auto prefixer is there, and the module.exports. This is basically specifying the source, the files in the source folder containing JS, JSX, TSX, and public index.html. This is making sure that any content is not missed out. Then we can see tailwind output CSS. This is where the tailwind, when we ran that tailwind, if we go to node modules bin folder, you can see there are a lot of files. As you can see, tailwind.cmd. It is a different format in Mac and Mac operating systems, but for Windows it's tailwind.cmd. We ran that file, and now we have all these CSS files ready at our hand automatically, all generated. No problem, Tailwind will give all the CSS working functionality for it. That is why I have integrated Tailwind CSS for my project. Let's quickly move on to the demo. Before moving on to the demo, the most important thing we need to do is we'll connect to the DB. We'll go to the GUI one. If we go here, click on disconnect. We'll connect to event management website. Now it says we are connected. Now let's move on to our demo. We'll backend into this folder. We'll quickly start the backend server. As we can see, it is server is running a 5000 port number. We'll start the front end. We'll also open the, as you can see, the website is up and running. We'll quickly open the MongoDB shell also in our terminal. It is open. We'll type use event DB. The database has been switched to event DB. Fine. We'll come to this area. Okay. Now we have what are we seeing here is currently this is our homepage, Event Hub, sign in or create an account to register an event. Let's see these two events. I don't like it because the photos are not available here. How will I do that? I'll open this in a different browser first. We'll quickly move on to our demo of a website. Let's say this is the website working. We'll quickly refresh it. If we click on, we'll zoom in also. Let's say I like this Christmas event. It has that photo also. We'll click on more info. More info will show this event is about Christmas. This event is Christmas. It is happening in admin block. Price is 120. We can close this now. If we click on register, it will say please log in to register. Okay, fine. I'll quickly start and show you what's the admin functionality of it. As we can see, the admin is here and admin will log in. The front end here is little bit moving the buttons here and there. But as you can see, the admin here sees that this event is approved, but it does not have a picture. So admin can go and reject it. Why is he rejecting it? He can give a reason. The photo is not visible. Okay, the event has been rejected. Now we will refresh it and it says 3 events have been rejected. Let's say the battle turtle is also not required because the image is not visible. So admin will again click on reject and give the same reason. Picture is not visible. Okay. Now it is rejected. The event has been rejected. Now we don't like this, so we will delete this. The picture hasn't been uploaded for by the user, so we will just delete it. We'll permanently delete the events. This one also deleted. We can delete as many events as we want. Now you can see there are only two approved events, pending are 0, rejected are 1, total events 3. Fine. Let's say the admin wants to edit the details of Christmas event. He'll go on edit and say this event will have mega play also, and the ticket prices have been increased to 150. It will happen in DGS block. Save changes. Event has been updated. As you can see here, the event will have mega play. The date, it hasn't been changed because the admin didn't want it. The price has been updated. The location has been updated. Fine. What if the details are still not enough and I want to see this poster? Basically, this is not just an image. This is where the user, the admin or the organizer of the event can upload their poster. I can click on poster and view the poster and its details. Fine. We can now log out of admin. Now we'll understand the registration. Let's say my name is John and John wants to come here. John at gmail.com. We'll create a password for him. He wants to log in as the organizer for the events. We have registered. The user has been registered. Let me quickly show you in the database. If we come here and see users and scroll down, we can see John. When is it created? At this time for verification purposes. What is his role? Organizer. Fine. We'll now log in into John's profile. Logged in. We'll save the password. Now John says he will create an event, say coding marathon. Then description of the event will be given. There will be different rounds. Round 1 will contain MCQ. Round 2 will contain uh, easy questions. Round 3 will have 3 questions from lead code. Fine. Or hacker rank. And the ticket price is 200 rupees. Let's say it will happen in November 10. On November 10. The venue will be CSE department. Now we can also go here and say coding images. If we like this image, we click on we'll download this one. We'll save the image, coding marathon. He can choose a file, go to downloads, open. This is basically his poster. Let's assume that he made a poster. He created an event. Event created, what does it say? Event created pending admin approval. Fine, we'll click OK. John as an organizer, he created an event. but event is not visible here. Why? Because admin hasn't approved. So we log out and go as admin here. We'll quickly go into admin. As you can see, the admin has one pending request. We'll refresh it again. Pending request is one. Let's go and see here. This event is also rejected, so we will completely delete this event. Now we can see coding marathon is pending. The price is 200. Okay. The admin can view the poster. The poster can have the details about the event title, where is this event happening, and what's the price, is the price valid. He viewed the poster and now he will close the poster and go on approve. Then admin will also have this confirmation message. Approve this event, it will become open to users. Okay, we'll quickly refresh it. And here we go. We have our event ready. We'll quickly log out and this is the users page. User can come here this and read about the details of coding marathon event. There will be different rounds: round 1 MCQ, round 3 easy question, 3 questions, easy questions, round 3, but it's not visible properly. We'll go on more info. Now we have a poster here. We'll read everything, and the date and timing has been specified, the CSE department, location, and the price. But for some reason, the organizer John has made a small mistake. As you can see, the spelling of round is not correct. So we'll go back. The admin or the organizer found about it. So John will quickly log in again and log in. Fine. We are gonna and also, why are we not seeing an edit functionality or edit button on these two events? Because these events have been organized by a different organizer. We'll come back to it. Now, John here can edit his event. Let's say poster. Poster, fine. No need to change the poster. But just in case we want to change the poster also, he doesn't like this image or the poster. We'll click on edit. We'll check here and fix our mistake of spelling mistake, round. We have done that. And he will, let's choose another image. We'll choose this one. Or we can choose this one. Save image. Update it. We'll download that. We'll choose a file from here again and go to the updated poster or the file. Now we'll click on, we can also cancel this just in case if we have accidentally clicked it. Now we'll save the changes. Event updated. Okay. The image has been updated in real time. We can see. And the our mistake of round 3 changes to round 3. We'll go on more info. Now everything is looking perfect. Fine. Now we'll come back, and if the now admin will log in again. Now admin says that this, as you can see, this is the organizer's name. John is here. Admin wants to view his poster. He viewed the poster, but he doesn't like the poster. So he'll go back to the same image, open and save. The poster has been updated. The admin did the minor changes on his own. Okay, now we will refresh. It's back to the original one. What if I reject this event? I give a reason. Uh, Price is too high. Now you can see the counter for rejecting is again 1. The organizer will get a message. Okay, fine. The amount is too high. Let's assume the organizer has changed everything, so he will approve it again. It's approved. Now we have total three events approved. Fine. So this is the basic the functioning of my event management website. Now we'll move on to the understanding of login as a user. Let's say I'm logging in as a user 1, 2, or we'll just give it a name. We'll give the name as Rakesh. We'll give the name as Anmol. And we'll go to the email anmol@gmail.com. We'll create a password for him. The role is customer, registered. Fine. I registered as a customer. Now we'll go here, check the DB. Now we'll refresh it. We can see Anmol is registered. We'll go copy the email, put it here, and log in. Fine. I'm logged in. So now the user can see the event. Let's say more info. I'm seeing this. Fine. This event is good. This event is also good. Clicked on more info. But I want to see the poster also. Poster also looks very good for this event. So I'll click on poster. It will show poster. Then for this event also, the poster looks very good. So I'll open this poster. Fine. And then you can close it from here. If I click on register, the registration will not currently show here because the Razor Pay functionality is open, but the API secret key requires some generating time. So currently that won't be there. So yeah, we will log out and refresh the website. Here you can see the various events. So this is my whole Capstone project about the full stack web application event hub. This is basically about event management website. You can update your events on it. You can host events on it using this website, and admin will have all the control over it, where he can view, modify, or give you some suggestions for it. Why he's rejected the event, and what improvement he wants further. That is what we can do. And plus, it is very approachable. The design is very simple. We can understand it very professionally, very clean and simple approach to the website. Welcome back. We can, if we are already registered, we can just go directly here. And if we are not registered, we can create an account right here. We'll click on registered and then log in from the same page. There's no need of redirecting to n number of pages. We can do the same thing on one page in a very optimized way. I want to see the poster. I'll click it here, then close it. I want to see more info. Fine. I have a functionality for view full page just in case if the cross button doesn't work. I can click on poster, it will work, and for this it will work. So if we come here and check our backend, the backend is also working, the front end is also working. Fine. If there are any extra terminals, we'll kill the terminal. And the most important file here is git ignore. This file helps us say that don't take any node modules, don't take logs, don't take env any environment variables, because very important folder, if it is on the online sources available, it can cost the secure cost. It will come at a cost of security of your website. We don't need build pre-deployment folders, any distant folder, or any folders created by the editor, any OS file, README files, any node modules from these folders, any folder, any env file from front end or back end, or any build folder from front end or back end. So this was my project about event management website, doing and meeting all the necessary requirements, especially the CERD operation and the functionality of admin with required privileges over it. He can edit it, delete it, upload it, or change details about it. The organizers here can only change details about their only their event. They cannot move on to the other users or other organizers event, the user can come and view the event and then register for the same. Thank you. This was my event management website. Thank you.